If there were ever a perfect scenario for a yard sale, this would be it. Hey squad, today is Saturday and that means it's time to go to yard sales. So there's one local to me that I know about that I found on the Yard Sale Treasure Map app. I've mentioned that before. I'm pretty sure it's connected to Craigslist, but you can select your radius and you can decide, you know, where you want to go within that radius. So I'm going to that one, and then I'm going to run by and pick up a breakfast sandwich because I just didn't heat up anything this morning. And then I'm going to decide how far out I want to drive to some other sales. Brandon has Andy and Abram is with grandparents, and I want to get back and relieve him so he can do some other things on his day off. So I'm going to take you guys along with me, and I'll tell you kind of what I'm looking for, and we'll see what I find. All right, so we're at the first sale of the day. I just arrived. All right, so a couple things that I'm looking for today. I'm looking for something to do a giveaway on my channel. I've been wanting to do this for a while and I just haven't found the right thing. So I'm hoping to find something there. I'm looking for maybe a couple things to resell, like maybe Pampered Chef. I've mentioned before that that does well. And then I am doing some Christmas shopping. So, there are a few different members of my family that I'm looking for things for. For Andy, I'm looking for a couple of things. Abram, I've got most of his things. And then some extended family, I'm looking for some gifts too. I'm not going to say specifically what they are in case they're watching, but I'll let you know. So I just got my breakfast. McDonald's again. I don't always come here, but this just happens to be where I am this morning. So I'm going to just pause for a second and then figure out where I'm going next. If the first stop is any indication of what the rest of the day is going to look like, then my most expensive purchase will be my breakfast. Okay, so I'm going to figure out where I'm going and probably eat my breakfast on the way so I don't waste any time. It says multi-family yard sale, 8 family. So I am leaving a yard sale, and if there were ever a perfect scenario for a yard sale, this would be it. Hey squad. All right, so it is 2 days later. Today is Monday. If you guys follow me over on Instagram, that's at Yard Sale Squad. You've already seen some of these pieces, but I want to go a little further in depth. So I want to show you the pieces, but I also want to talk to you a little bit about each one. And then I thought it would be fun to kind of look up and see what the retail price is for each of these items, the ones that I can find anyway. I'm not going to look up the kids' clothes just because that would be a little too tedious, but all of my other larger items and sort of individualized things, I'm going to look up and do a little side-by-side comparison. I think that might be fun. If you do hear some crying in the background, that's because I do have my kids here and they are fine. They are in another room, but they're kind of wanting me. So if you hear a little bit of crying, that's why. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this. So I'm going to start out talking about the things that I got for Andy Grace. So anytime that I'm yard selling, I'm always going to be on the lookout for kids' clothes, kids' shoes, just because I know my style. I know what my kids are headed into as far as sizes. So one really cool thing that I found for Andy was a pair of Crocs. I think Crocs make a great shoe for playing outside, and they're just easy for kids to slip on. So I found this pair of sort of baby bubblegum pink Crocs for her. I ended up bargaining these. They were priced for $2, and I asked if they would take $1. So as I'm looking these up in her size, I'm seeing $20, I'm seeing $29.99, I'm seeing $24.99. So the fact that you can find shoes, you know, that are still in pretty decent shape for such a fraction of the cost, I think is a total win. So that was $1 for those for her. So the next thing I'm going to go into is the clothes. So I have quite a few here, so I'll just try to move through these and show you. The first thing that caught my eye was this navy quilted jacket. The brand is First Impressions, and from what I'm seeing online, I think that is a Macy's brand. So here is the jacket here. It is just a very sweet little navy quilted jacket. It has little snaps along the middle, and then the lining is this sort of pink pattern. So I really was drawn into that. Now it is part of a set, so it came with these leggings that are the same pattern. I wasn't super crazy about the leggings, but I really liked the jacket. And then the shirt that came with it actually is pretty cute. So it's got this little dog on it, and it's got the pattern, same pattern down at the bottom, and then the dog has this little navy tulle bow on it. All right, so after that, I have two different tops. The first one, I really love florals for Andy, and this is just a 12-month Carter's shirt. So I got that one. And then I also got this Old Navy 12 to 18 month long sleeve onesie. I thought this would be a nice transition over from winter to spring. It's kind of got your wintry gray, but also the spring florals. Okay, then I got her two solid long sleeve shirts because I think these are just great for layering. This is a 12 month. The brand is Little Me, and it's just a pale pink. And then for Christmas, she really does need like a plain red long sleeve, and she didn't have one, so this is just a Carter's 12 month. Each of these things I paid $1 for, except for the set. It was priced at $4, and I bargained for $3, and they said yes. These leggings are Koala Kids 9 to 12 months, and they're sort of a knit sweater fabric, and I thought these would be great for Christmas. They would even go with that red top, so $1 for those. And then I got 3 pairs of PJs. I mentioned this on Instagram, but I'm really not super picky about the design of their PJs. If it's something that I relatively like, it doesn't really bother me because they go through PJs, and most of the time we eat breakfast in PJs, so they get pretty gross. So I spent $10 at that stop there and got all of those clothes for her. At the same place that I stopped for the Crocs, I also stopped for these Madewell shorts. They were priced at $2, and I bargained for $1. My plan is to resell these. So here they are. They do have a little distressing at the bottom, which I'm working to see if that's manufactured edge, but quite a few people that wear Madewell tell me that yes, they do have an unfinished edge, and that sometimes over time it does become this distressed. So I'm probably going to cut off the excess so it doesn't look so fringed. But let's see what these are retailing for, because I really don't know. So it does look like we've got some distressing there. I may need to iron the bottom after I wash them and sort of see. Some of these look like they're having a rolled up cuff, so maybe that's what these need to have, or maybe it's just supposed to be undone. But anyway, I'm seeing a really good price on these, and these really are in excellent shape, so I'm hoping that I can resell them and get a little return on that. So sticking with the reselling theme, I have 3 books. I actually plan on trying to resell all of these. So all 3 of them are little golden books, but they are large, so they're actually called like big golden books or big little golden books. So the first one is this Richard Scarry, Nikki Goes to the Doctor. I paid $0.25 each for these books. This one is in excellent shape. There's really not much sign of wear at all. And turning to the front page here, it says that the copyright was 1972, 1971. So these do have, just a little bit of age on them. They were published a few years ago, and they really look like they're in good shape. So, like I said, that one was $0.25. And then again for $0.25, I got Margaret Wise Brown's Golden Sleepy book. This one is probably in the best shape of any that I found. And even still, when you open it up, it says copyright 1948. The shape that it's in makes it hard for me to believe that it would have been printed that long ago. But I don't see anywhere where it says the reprint date. It just says copyright 1948. But Margaret Wise Brown, I don't know a lot about her, but I do know that she was the one who wrote Goodnight Moon. And so that was a familiar name to me. So we're going to see what I can list this for, but excellent shape for $0.25. The last one is not in as decent shape, but it has the most character and personality of any of them. And it is my first Golden Dictionary. So the binding has some wear on it. It does have a little handwritten note at the beginning. This was a Christmas gift for somebody. So this says Christmas, December 25th, 1970. Lots of love, Grandmother and Granddaddy Fleming. I think that just adds charm to it, and there may be somebody out there that thinks the same and is willing to buy this. So this one actually does say copyright 1957, 1949, and it does say 8th printing 1969. But it goes through all the different letters, and it shows the letter and then lots of words that start with that letter, and then it goes on to actually use them in a sentence. All of the pages are here for all of the letters, and then you get to the very end, and it does have what looks like was maybe a chalkboard with all the letters in cursive, and that page has been ripped. So I'm not sure how that will affect everything, and you can see here the binding is a little bit loose here. So this would definitely be more of a treasured and delicate item than it would be just an everyday book to give to your kids. So we'll see if it sells. At that same yard sale, I did find an item that I'm going to include in my kids' Christmas gifts, and that was this bucket of farm animals. So I paid $2 for this. It has an assortment. It says it's 50 pieces. I don't think all 50 pieces are here. I haven't really taken them out and counted. Honestly, I'd rather it not be 50 pieces because that's a lot of pieces for me to clean up. But there's just a lot of really neat little animals in here, and we don't have anything like this, so I think this would be a nice addition to our barn that I bought them. And they've got a little train, they could pull these in. So there's all different little ones in here, and then there's even like some little trees. It does say Walmart.com on the side, so I'm going to look and see what we can find as far as retail price. So this looks to be very similar. I think this is probably very similar to the set that I have. And I'm seeing $9.97 here for a 40 piece. Now mine says 50 piece. Like I said, I don't know if all 50 pieces are in fact there. So not an astronomical savings, but still, you know, better than full price. So just the last few things here, and these are some of the things that I'm most excited about. So at this particular sale, I stopped and they had a few items that I had actually stopped and looked at before, and I ended up coming back by and deciding that it was worth it. So the first one is this garland. It is beaded Christmas garland, and I paid $1.25 for this. So it has these red beads, and then it has some white stars. When I shared this on Instagram, I actually had a few people point out that I could also use this for July 4th decor, which I just thought was so clever. And I mentioned on Instagram, you know, it's very popular also to have beads in more of a neutral color. So I think you could easily dip this in paint if you wanted to and refresh it to match your decor. Right now my plan is to leave it red. We'll see if I like it like that. But that's my plan, and I hope to use it in the kids' playroom. And then the other piece that I found was a mirror, and it was $2, and I really tried to make up my mind. Should I buy it? Should I not buy it? And I thought, I really do like it. It's $2. I'm going to grab it, and I think it's going to replace a mirror that we have at another spot in our home. So this is what the mirror looks like. And like I said, it's $2. It's got some nice chipping on it, which I think adds some character to it. And when I decided to look up price comparison, the first thing that I thought of was French cottage mirror. So that's what I looked at first. This one from Target is pretty similar in shape. It is $70. This Opal House mirror, and it's $40, and I think it's pretty similar as well. So for $2, I really can't complain about that mirror. So I'm really excited to decorate it for Christmas. I have some ideas of how I want to style it, so you'll have to come back and see how I do that this month. All right, last two things. This is definitely my best bargain of the day. We found a bicycle with training wheels for Abram. So he has one at grandparents' houses, but he doesn't have one to keep here. And I wish I had a reason to get a little girl one right now. I don't, but they had a mini one, and then they had a Lightning McQueen one. It was priced for $4. I asked if they would take 3, and they said yes. You know, it never hurts to ask. It doesn't have to be this big, scary, insulting thing. You know, you just say, would you take 3 for this? And, you know, then you make your decision based off of what they say, and it doesn't have to be this big, scary, intimidating thing. So I'm gonna have to look more in depth. I'm not sure which one of these models is the one that we got, but you know, I'm seeing $74 here at Target. I'm seeing $84 at Walmart, $119 at Academy Sports. So regardless of which one of these we got, $3 is definitely a steal, and I will take it. So the last thing that I've got, I've seen these sort of DIY'd a few places, and I think I'm going to try my hand at it this year. So I was on my way home and I saw this freestanding yard sale, and I saw this beautiful basket for $1. And when I hold it this way, I'm sure that you kind of already know what I'm envisioning, but I think this might be a good tree collar. That's what they're called. I looked it up. A tree collar for our Christmas tree in our bedroom. So if you guys have been watching for a while, you'll remember that last year I put a tree right over there in the corner behind where my camera is right now. And last year I just had some burlap fabric around the bottom because that's what I had. But I found this, and for $1, I'm going to give it a try. So I had called it basket tree skirt. Apparently they're called collars. And when I looked them up here, you know, we've got $40 at Target, $25 at Hobby Lobby, $37 at Kirkland, $60 at Target. So for $1, I'm willing to take that chance, and we'll see how it works out. I should just be able to cut it where I want to and place it around the base of the tree. So I'm really excited to see that come together. All right, guys, so that sums it up for today. My total spent was $21.25, and within that, I was able to get 2 Christmas gifts for our family. I was able to get clothing for our family. I was able to get decor to make our house feel more cozy for the holidays. And lastly, I was able to get some items that I plan to resell. So if you guys are curious how I come out with the reselling process, then make sure that you like this video and subscribe, and make sure that you come back, because very soon, in just a few days, we will be starting Vlogmas, which, yes, that means we will be doing a video every single day in December. It's scary and it's intimidating, but it's exciting, and I would love to have you along for the journey. All right, I think that's it, you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.